for products, people, and planet. Second resource person, Dr. Anil Kumar Palgaru, Delhi Technical University. He will deliver lecture on recent advances in flavonoids chemistry. Today, we'll start with first session with Dr. B.K. Karna Garu. I welcome Parmeshwari Garu, Lecturer, Department of Chemistry, to introduce B.K. Karna Garu. Over to Parmeshwari.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It is my pleasure to introduce our resource person, Dr. Karan Brajkumar, Founder, Director, PCRI, Hyderabad. Dr. B.K. Karna completed PhD in Packaging, postgraduate in Packaging Technology, and is completed MSc in Environmental Science, MBA Marketing as Specialization. Dr. B.K. Karna has UNDP Fellowship in Packaging from Web Forschungszentrum Verpacking, Germany, Overseas Development Natural Resources Institute, UK. Dr. B.K. Karna as a EU packaging expert for GIZ India for non-timber forest products, and Sir associated with Angaru, Agricultural University, NIRD, ICRI SAT, Loyola Food Academy, NIN, APEDA, State Horticultural Agencies, etc. Sir conducted more than 1,000 training programs. Sir as a packaging consultant to more than 50 companies, few of them agro-based as well. Sir has established one packaging regional center of IAP. Here he conducted packet program of ITC for agribusiness sector. He compiled India profile book under the curriculum of ITC packet program for fruits and vegetable industry. Here, Sir as a ITC advisor for packaging consultant to Ethiopian flower industry. He is faculty for ITC delegates from Bangladesh, and Sir introduced many packaging courses, short-term courses, etc. Here, Sir Dr. B.K. Karna as a international packaging consultant to NBCC, Saudi Arabia for biscuits and confectionery industry. Here, Sir is the founder of Packaging Club, Facebook and LinkedIn. Here, he was the past president of Packaging Alumni Association, and he is also published 31 articles to various journals. He was the ex-visiting professor and founder advisor to MTech Packaging of IIT Roorkee. And Sir is a founder director of Packaging Clinic and Research Institute, PCRI, Hyderabad. Thank you, sir. Now over to sir.
I am expressing my sincere thanks to you, Parmeshwari ma'am, that you have given elaborated my introduction. Dr. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, that always dynamism is there in his mind, act, and everywhere. His presence means vibrations. It will be there. Thank you very much for the dedication toward the chemistry. It's very a special moment for me. In a sense that you have given me an opportunity to interact with the faculty development program. Already they are the genius. They are rendering the services for the making the professional character of the students. My profession is also there, very small profession, but the dedication, what it is there. With this opportunity, I would like to avail what is the science where I belong to. The last operation of the product is the packaging, and first impression in the market is the packaging, means last and first. I do say oftenly that there is in Urdu, it is being called, जब अव्वल and आखिरी खुदा है तो उस खुदा से कौन जुदा है? Means beginning and last. My profession is also the beginning. I have come on this earth with the cover, that is the packaging, and I will go from this earth with the packaging. So, birth to the death, my journey has started with my profession. Morning to late evening, we are using the product, that is the packaging. It is the first handshake to the packaging. How it is related with this, we will have to say. So my journey started in 1985, where we were not knowing what is this science. So packaging is the engineering subject, technological subject. Nobody was aware of this. In 1985, I belonged to the first batch. And thereafter, I was with IAP only. At the age of 50, it came in my mind that what is the use of my knowledge? I was watching one serial, Chanakya. Chanakya had stated one dialogue delivery. What was that? दिशाहीन शिक्षा अज्ञानता का कारण है. It means directionless educations leads toward the frustrations, because unemployment is there. Once we are qualified, once we are the PhD holder, once we have the knowledge, then where is the unemployment? The most contribution of any faculty is to make a student educationist. Wisdom. All faculties are giving the wisdom. And thereafter, either may be employed or entrepreneur. Two ways. I should start my own, or I should serve. But if my profession is not being utilized for my survival, this is the question mark. I should be in position to render my services through my profession for the development of the family, society, and the country. So as this is my packaging. In this, I am very much thankful to Dr. Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu and his team and A.V.College and associated college to bringing that subject in the streamline, that how it is linked with this. Behind me, you can see the virtual background. This is the logo. Packaging clinic. The people used to say that packaging clinic. We have heard the lungs clinic, dental clinic, mental clinic. What is that packaging clinic? Dear friends, this packaging clinic is for the survival of any product. God has given us any item, it is under the cover only. Whether you have the orange, you have the banana, you have the rice, any item we eat, that is the cover, the natural packaging, it is there. Even the life-saving drugs, it is in the packaging. COVID-19, in that we all are sufferers. How medicine it is being given, how vaccination has come to the consumer. Researcher has done the vaccination, and vaccination it is going to us. There is a role of the silent helper, silent science is the packaging. What glass bottle has to be used, what level will be used, what will be the validations. And other side of my background is the club. This is an era of the social marketing. This is an era of this media. Facebook, LinkedIn. This club, it is in Facebook and LinkedIn. In Facebook, we have 70,000 members, LinkedIn 14,000, altogether 84,000, the packaging professionals. We discuss every day. what kind of the packaging to be used for the particular item. So I left government job, started my clinic at Somajiguda. Hyderabad is known as a Bhagyanagar, and thereafter the packaging clinic at Research Institute. I felt I belong to, my Karm Bhumi is Hyderabad, will be remain till the last breath of my life. But at the same time, my estate, I belong to Bihar. What I should give to my profession, to my estate? Behind you can see IOP has come. Institute of Packaging in collaboration with the Bihar Vidyapeeth. Some contribution to the society, how the packaging professional can go, and the employment generations, how to develop the entrepreneurship. All these I would like to contribute in this. So please give me, I would like to share the screen. Can I do right now? Because you will have to make it post.
Yes, sir. Now you are post, sir. Please.
Acha. Okay. Thank you very much for giving me this. I would like to go my first slide before you. Please. It will take few seconds to catch on this. Thereafter, we will give some technical issues. Always be there. Please bear with me. It will come. The first slide should come. Is it blank right now?
Yes, sir. This
is this has been given to me, and I am very much thankful to again the management. The session 5, I'm starting that packaging for product, for people, and for planet. How it has to be there. With this, I would like to tell you that is the concern. You can see that my first is that how it is linked with this. What is that packaging? It means that it is an art, science, and technology which delivers safe delivery of the product up to the ultimate consumer at economical cost, and it has to be environment friendly. The packaging is very clear. If I go with this, then the subject is very clear before me. That is the how it is related with the product. If I go, that means the packaging is here. The products, every product needs to have the packaging. If you would like to have the life of the product, and how life will be there, that with compatibility, you are writing the expiry date. Expiry date, how we are writing? Because of the effectiveness of the product remains in the packaging, then what kind of the packaging to be suitable? And if it is, that means my second is that how packaging is for the people. The people has to be any product we are using. We are using for whom? For the people. Constitution says that of the people, for the people, by the people. We say that the packaging is for the product, it is people and the planet. And for what? For the progress, for the profit, for the business. It has to be there always. So my concern, the focal area will be on only that the products, people, and this how technology subject involves. The few and the planet, every day, the cry it is going on. You can see that here in COVID, we have done one work on this. with the help of the nanotechnology, that the coronavirus it was being claimed that it will be there for 45 hours on the plastic. How to kill, and with the help of the nano expert and my lab has validated, Miss Corona virus can stay only 2 hours. With this, the technology, it is there. The Bangalore-based company has introduced in the market 6 months back, running well. It is all about the package, Miss Planet, how we can do that for the people, for the product, and for the planet. If it is so, my next slide speaks about the observe and suggest for people, planet, and for the product. One very, very emotional, and that emotional, it is there with me. Please watch this. Is it visible? You can see that. This in my every presentation, I do keep 2-3 slides regularly. Any science, any technology, you can see that the natural product tomato, outside of the right to bazaar, senior citizen whom we respect much. And there you will find that the tomato, he is picking up the good tomato. Can we afford this? How the wastage it is there? Can we generate employment? Can we generate the entrepreneurship? You see that? Chemistry is so big subject. Good chemistry means good life, good atmosphere. Bad chemistry, that means bad life, not good life. It is the relation apart from the chemical reactions. Every science, every subject gives the good relation and the thought to understand this, how we can do that. Can our science be? You belong to the different profession. You think that how my science will correlate. Agriculturalist will think, marketing professional will think, we being the packaging professional will think in our way. And if we do so, India has got more than 700 university or 800, I don't know exact figure. Every time our students are making so many reports, the project reports. Why not the project reports should be known to everyone? Our students are doing wonderful, but it is going for the cold storage. Industries and institute, there is a big gap. There may be number of the projects related to the tomato. We can make puree, we can make a sauce, anything. Food processing in India is only 13% to 14%. I don't have exact figure. But it is there. Reality, it is there. We cannot keep ourselves away from the fact, and fact has to be there always. So my emotional photograph always, it is there, and in that you can see my next photograph. It is there, my presentation. Alert. What for alert? What is the consequences of our alertness? Alertness, it is saying that good product, bad package. Somebody will say that my product is very good, but packaging is very bad. There you will say that it is adding the cost. You will not say that it is adding the valuations. The packaging is a value-added items. It gives the image, value additions. Sometimes we say that, what we say? We say very categorically, bad products, good package. Oh, look, the packaging is very good, but inside product is very bad. We are trapped in between the good package and the bad package. This is the reality, but in that reality, who would be the sufferer? Today's preparation, our younger generation, a smile should be retained. sustainability, the ecological balance, and for the coming future, that the natural resources we will have to control. In that, the bad package, good package, and ignorance of the package. We, the packaging professionals, are being ignored academically. What packing wala kya bolega? Thanks to A.V.College calling me again and again. But most of the college, that is there, it is there. I have written to number of letters to Prime Minister Sir. Our Prime Minister is very aggressive and the dynamic in that I am expecting one subject must be there at college level, the packaging, if you think for the environment. This A.V.College should also write to the management, to the university, their students. Ultimately, we will have to think what will happen after 100 years. We won't be here, for sure. But we will have to give the guidelines. And it is coming, it will come. Somebody will, everyone is alert. Somebody will come forward. And in that way, if we think so, by second, it is that very emotional photograph again. Look, we are habituated to have the product from Amazon, from Flipkart, good e-commerce company. But right now, I have the case study for you. You just purchase, and you purchase only the keyboard. Now that once you will open the keyboard, this is empty space in Flipkart. This is empty space in Amazon. But how can you? How can one side we say about environment, one side we say that they reduce the carbon footprint, and other side we are habituated to using the over packaging. Consumer will have to be alert. This kind of the workshop will open the mind. This all are sincere about this, and in that you will find, and we must. What is that? Environment free, how we can say friendly. Look, another photograph. Government is just spending about the skill development. Yes. The faculty development program is oriented for the skill development. But this lady has not been given the training. But without training, entrepreneurship begin, it is there for the survival of the family. He is using ethnic foods, the plastic bag, lamp, everything. Everything they are using, she is using that. If it is so, my point is very clear. That the packaging must be the very judicially should be used, but in that we will have to understand that how, where, what we can do. You can see here. Entire technology. We will have to have the ground exercises on this, any subject. We are going to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables. Do we get the fresh fruits and vegetables? Corona, in that we do say that mask. But where is the mask here? It is a situation we are going to purchase flour. We are going to purchase the vegetable. Can our science be valuable to give them the disease-free product? Sometimes we are bringing the disease unknowingly. That the technology, science should go to the common people. That is the objective of the science. And in that way, we will have to be. And my point is very clear before that. Look, I have taken this photograph from this Facebook. And in that, you will see that how it is concerned. And you will find here this is the godown. One side, farmer agitation is going on. Other side, wastage of grains going on. Other side, the humanitarian ground, starving is on progress. One side is starving, other side grains, this stage, and other side unemployment problem. Our science is the basic bone. It means we will have to narrate properly. When I started the packaging clinic and research institute, the people used to come that will you give job, then I will join your training program. This is the question being asked. I say no, I will not give you job. I can help you to have the job, but I cannot give you job. Sorry. If you would like to come for the knowledge, I will give you knowledge, and knowledge give you the job. The students are coming to have the certificate. What is the use of certificate? I'm asking the question. My course is not recognized by university because I do not have the power my institute. But yes, my course is recognized by the university, industries, because we give them the knowledge, and knowledge gets the business, knowledge gets the employment, knowledge is giving the entrepreneurship opportunity. I cannot give the false assurance that you join my training program. It is not commercial, and in that it will be. Look, with this, if it is, the situation is very clear before us. That means we must have the learning from Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, we all are aware, but in that awareness, what is my profession? The packaging, what can be done? A lot of statements are given in the Ramayana, in Gita, Mahabharata, so many things. Every day, Facebook and that, some quotation will come. But where it is useful for me, you can see that how it is there. You will find in Gita, it is being called Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavat bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmana srijamyaham. We all know that, nothing new. But what we have gained from this, for my profession, under this faculty development program, I would like to bring under the attention of everyone. It is not only for the serial slogan it is coming. Mahabharata serial starts and this kind of the enchanting starts. It's not enchanting, it is to feel. And I have felt for my profession. What I have felt, please support me. Yada yada hi padarthasya glanir bhavati jagata. Means yada yada hi padarthasya. Any product, if it is available. Abhyuthanam padarthasya chhay. Tada packaging srijamyaham. You can ask me what is the Hindi. The packaging is the English word. What is the Hindi word? Some Western is the Hindi word. But okay, we will not say some Western. Packaging. What does it mean of this slogan? Abhyuthanam padarthasya chhay. Tada packaging srijam. I have taken in that way, where there will be the wastage of the product, the packaging will appear. and protect of well-being of the products. The packaging is protecting. Wherever there is a downfall of the dharma will be there. Incarnate myself, a board of the earth and well-being of the mankind. Here, the same thing, that whenever there is a deterioration of any products, that is the rescue. In that you can find into wastages converting. The power of packaging appears and protects for the well-being of product. I have taken in that way. My profession is protecting every product. They up to the manufacturing to the sellable. We are the bridge in that. Customer satisfaction, environment friendly, and in that way it will be there and we will have to follow. If the situation is always be there, reality has to be different. It is called as a green packaging opportunities unlimited. Now it is that the green packaging will be there always. And in that green packaging, you will have to see how it can go for the people, for the product, and for the planet. In that you can see how it is very simple. Opportunities at every stage, because we have got 131 people. Million means 131 crore people we have, billion, and multi-millions products. And people and product, we need to have the packaging. Think the population and the product. How any product will survive without packaging? And it will be there. And in that way, we will have to see. I'm coming most of the critical areas here about the confusion. Here right now, the packing and packaging. I have come here to give my presentation on the packaging. You can say, what lecture I am hearing? The packing. No, it's the operation only. When you say about the packing, that narrates only the operation, nothing else. Peeling, capping, sealing, these are the operational areas. When you say that package means that age means life. P starts, every letter has got its own significance, and that is preservation, protections, presentations. As I have told you in the beginning that the last operation is the packaging and first operation is the packaging. Presentations in the customer, in the consumer area, shopping mall, we are going, we are observing the packaging first. A stands for attribution, C contain, a drop of water, even you know, it means it has to be, that is the contain, knowledge. Aesthetic is the beauty, graphic is the visual communications, economy has to be there. If it is so, that means my next slide is ready for this to bring under your attention the packaging subject. And in that subject, it will be there categorically to care on this area. What is that area? What is this? You can see that IAS. Now it is area it has come. That is called IAS, means intelligent, active, and a smart packaging. Now it is an era. The packaging will speak. Packaging will give you the message. IIT Roorkee has come out, IIT Kanpur has come out one area. It is the flexible electronics for putting the sensor in the packaging, for the catching the duplication, sensory evaluations. Flexible electronics under the ink itself, it can cover many things. In our area, in the packaging area, active packaging, a smart packaging. Things are changing. thanks to our Dhirubhai Ambani, the visionary person who used to say that, Kar lo duniya mutti mein. Yes, it is a collective effort with the contribution of every profession. IT has come, internet has come, it has given the very good link. And with that, IAS, intelligent packaging, there is a different subject. One means there will be different, my time is limited, in that I'm just giving the glimpse only. And with that, you can find it is that the IAS, intelligent, active, and this. Why? To extend the shelf life, to monitor the freshness. You can see that to information and the quality has to be there. And thereafter, you can see. Hello? In that, that improve and the safety. And then you can see that what is the convenience. And that convenience will go towards about is the authentications. All these area will cover under the intelligent package. You can see air to spare. Do you ever get the frustrated when you buy something and package is filled with the more than air of the product? Have you come across? You will say, especially for the children, going to purchase anything, you can see that quantity is less and air is more. We feel cheated and you will blame to the package. It is a marketing strategy. It has to be there, but we don't say. The packaging is also silent marketing tool. But at the same time, what it protects itself and what it sells, it protects. And in that way, you can find it here. Very interesting is that one area is the quite surprising for me. India is having 33 million surplus food productions as per the report, Department of Agriculture. One side, surplus food, and other side, starving. How come? Who are the players? How we can do that? Our students can do a lot of project on this. They might have done in the university. And all projects, it is in the code story, something should come out. Industries and institute relation must be minimized. In that gap should be minimized. There's a big gap. And with that, if I say, that means I'm surprised. The surplus food, how it is there? Lack of modern food distribution, it is being claimed. The spoilage of this. McKinsey report says that we are the loser of the post-harvest poor management, 30 to 40% loss. How to have the field to the mall, field to the consumer? Why not we can give the packaging at the field itself? Most of the companies, they have started. Because from 89 onwards, we have been telling to the farmers, the growers, the exporters, start nearby to your farm. You can see our experience like this. If any good idea, if I will say, the first step will say, avoid A2 principle attacks. What is A2 principle? Good idea. If you will say, I will say, the first step is the ignore, avoid. The first reaction is the avoid. The frustration will come. But if you will hold on this, then it will be accepted. I have the experience on this. Himachal apple, in 89, when I used to visit, the growers were saying that it will go in the wooden cup. How will you use the corrugated box? No, it is not possible. Wooden box is possible. we have written to the Himachal government. Himachal government has given some incentive that if you use corrugated box, some incentive will be given. First idea with the packaging professionals always to start with avoid ignorance. But we say to our all professionals, students, do not allow frustration. Avoid will come, you accept it. Avoid will be converted into acceptance after some time, if you are honest, if you are dedicated. Too few cold storage, very less refrigerated, poor transportation facilities, improper electric supply, all these have been eradicated now, slowly. Even then, the most it is that 6 and 7, improper packaging. You visit the for agricultural feed, APIDA website, all product packaging it has been given. I was one of the team member. It is available in the website, but farmer will say that where is the packaging? You visit. Google can give you information, but Google cannot give you experience. But the 7th, it is the attitudinal problem towards work. This is the biggest in that we are facing, and that unemployment we say, and we blame game starts to the government, to this, kaisa shiksha, kaisa padhai, nokri nahi hai. No, it is not correct. Correct is the self-sincerity. Every teacher, every faculty is doing wonderful, because every teacher's vision always be there that how to accelerate the career of my student. This is only the mission. And with this mission, you will find my next slide, it is there, that why not food for everyone? And in that, you will find that, yes, explore the technology, food control will be there, extend the survival. My organization is that IAS, India Against Starving. I am doing little social work, not much, but for my satisfaction. We don't give much food on this, but the starving means that sometimes the habit it is there. Go to the road and beggars. Then I see that my packaging professionals, how can it will be held to the beggars? It is coming on door, sahab de do. If you are in the foreign guest, then you will have to keep your eye down that, okay, it is there. It appears, the society, in that we will have to, my profession should be to the for the service of the nation. And in that, our all packaging professionals, it is there. And then you can see my next slide. That next slide I have taken Facebook. Rotiyan un thali kure tak jate bhook kya hoti hai? Can our midday meal every 15 days or 1 month it is coming that children is having some bimari, some food poisoning, and all this it is coming. How can it will be controlled? And in that, little awareness is essential. And that little awareness can give this major thought on this. My submission is here. You can see here, it will take 130 days to prepare the food on the table. And in that, the packaging, how it can play. That is attitudinal problem. And in that, the packaging is for the mankind, for the people, and for the planet. My focus is only that how my profession is for 3P in that. You can see here, my next slide, it is there that look, all packaging, it is there that can be, but attitude, it is there. This boy is having the big nail. We have developed the packaging for them also. This boy is having the big nail, doing combing, doing nosing, put his hand, and in that it is coming. You can see the condition. Can our packaging be play the major role on this? Test should remain. And in that it will be for the people and for the product, how it can be. You can see here, my next slide, it is there. My next slide, it is that in your day-to-day, in your college life, in your office, colleague has gone somewhere, you're putting newspaper. You can see here, you come to Hyderabad, you can see that it is there. Tea Irani chai. It is available in Swiggy. This practice, newspaper, and newspaper is printed here with the ink plastic. Ink is the plastic, and hot it is, that evaporated hot, it is coming and mixing with the ink. And in that way, you are not using only the tea, you are using the cancerous type of disease, it is coming in that. Where there is a need, there is innovations. And in that, India Star, a World Star has been given. You can see that you come to the Nilofer. Here, this tea is having the Irani chai. You book it in Hyderabad, 6 cup chai will be there with you. And it will retain for 6 hours. But it is claimed only 3 hours. That kind of the easy practices, it is there, and it can be there. We can think. You can see here, that is always we are coming with in a big way. That is the milk from the paper bottle will be there. And in that, a paper can play the major role. For the milk, where we have the Tetra Pak and other thing, it is coming. So from the 90.7 wastage paper, that can be molded, item can be made, and that can be there. Some plastic liner would be there inner side for sure, but it is there, it can contain the plastic, means milk for the good, and that can give that pure concept on this. If you think so, that means here. Now we are coming here in that sense, that is the sensor inside. The quality of the product inside, as it is the full color, the product quality is good. And once it started deteriorating, then the color will change. No color will be there at here, means the product has destroyed completely. Good package, bad product, good package, it will be there. So in that way, how to sustain on this and how to go on this. And I feel happy to share with you my next slide. One of my students in US is using for the Togo burger for the packaging. How it is there? It's very simple. And very simple, it is there that only for this handling part, need part. How you can watch this? This it is going, you can see that some bhujia, water, cold drink, and it will be hanging condition, it will be there, you can hold it. And that can be there. No, with the newspaper wrapping, and it will say that it is coming every day afternoon, samosa it is coming, and in your lecturer room, some party it is there with the samosa wrapping with the newspaper, then you will say what it is happening. Food grade. Every packaging must be of the food grade. This will give us the concept that how we can keep our item fresh and for the health, not for the disease. Because the packaging is for the people, it is for the product, it is for the planet. This is my subject, and in that way, if you will see here, my next slide will be there, means within that, this is the area, the 5 steps it is coming, how it can go with this. And it is that available. Russian egg. You can see that container can generate. Now you have the egg, how to boil it. Container can generate heat and your egg will be boiled and no need to wait for this. If you would like to use in this tiffin break, the boiled egg, how to do that? Container can do, and it is that can give you the freshness ever, and it will be there. You can see that Russian egg, and in that it will be available in our country. You can see that aseptic carton for the milk. Who thought in our country Tetra Pak will be so famous? Milk, it is available the 9 months shelf life, 6 months shelf life. Milk 24 hours it will deteriorate. Whatever the market size, that kind of the packaging it is available. Expiry date will be analyzed. There is a science in this. My lecture is not to go technically much, but my objective was there only for the as a cosmetic view about the packaging. If you will say sometimes to give the technological, I will be happy to give. But today it is only the cosmetics view on this packaging, where we are and how we are going. You can see here bottle battle in our country. Do you come across that battle, how it is going on in our country? Always bottle, PET bottle, glass bottle, this bottle. Bottle battle, it is for the science, complete technology. Which technology to be good? You can see here glass bottle. Glass is chemically inert. It is the best material. There is no reactions, good compatibility. But glass is fragile in nature. Glass is having one heavy in weight, and in that how it can be. There is one country called South Africa. South African people in the world, they say that I will use the glass container maximum. Compared to paper and plastic, that country, the glass, it is rising up. In our country, the paper plastic, it is the growth, it is 20%. Glass is only 5%. It is there. Growth is all packaging material. In India, it is the sunrise industry. World is growing at 5 to 6%. India is growing 15 to 18%. 20% it is being claimed in the packaging sector. But the bottle battle, if you will find, that means you have the series of the bottle, SDP bottle, high density polyethylene bottle. It is also available. PET bottle, polyester bottle, polyethylene terephthalate bottle. PET bottle may be replaced by other material, PLA bottle. Because the problem it is that it can be recycled, but the recycling is not PEN. It is again one of the grade of the polyester, polyethylene naphthalate. It is also it is coming in our market, but it is coming, that is the PLA, polylactic acid bottle, means will be the most advantageous in 2030. You will find that PET bottle has been replaced by PLA. Only that PLA bottle, the problem what it is there, that has to be transparency is not there. Work it is going on. I have read also, and it will be there. PLA bottle is good. I would like to tell you that this kind of PLA bottle, it is available for you can see for the milk item, that you can see that this is the PLA bottle. That is the area related with this, but not much transparent it is. That the PET bottle, it is there. So what it is going on, co-extruded bottle, it will be there. And there you can see here, one of the area is this metal can, always super can. The metal can will be there. The metal, it is expensive, but for the high class consumer, it will be. And you can see here, that is called plant bottle. Coca-Cola has started the mission that we will have to go on this. The paper bottle will be there. All these bottle battle going on. We being the professional from the institute, we are keeping eye watch on every material. Their functional properties, their manufacturing part, functional properties and applications. It is our area. We are not the scientist. We are only for the properties and applications in that where it can be. So my students coming for the training, I do not accept any student looking for the job. I accept only one, that if you wish to knowledge, gain the knowledge, come here. And once knowledge will be there, you will get a job, because I have the packaging club. Every day vacancy it is coming. And in that you can start. If it is so, my point it is that PLA bottle and everything it will be. And I think that my time it is there, Dr. Jagan
Yes,
Mohan
sir.
Garu.
Please continue, sir. No problem. Time is there, sir. Please continue.
Because I have applied a stopwatch at 11:30.
No. Please
So
continue.
Okay. Because permission is essential to have this, because this is the bioplastics. One, it is there always. We will have to give the clear concept to everyone. Biodegradable plastic. Always, every time, it is being called as a biodegradable, this one, that one, what not, it is there. Basically, we have become confused. Itna kahan se samajh aayega? And how to gain on this? Then I ask one of my students, look, I am having the two options with me. One is one material, let's consider, one is biodegradable in my hand, other is the non-biodegradable. And dead body is there on the road, which can contaminate the environment very fast. Result, it is there that the dead body can contaminate the environment very fast. Solid waste management, it is being done by the dead body. We are throwing the plastic as it is. Not judicially, we only see the marking. It is one marking this, two marking this, and segregation, it is not there, only theory. Theory to practical, we need to go. And then you can find that, you can see that every book will be written everywhere. Environment friendly plastic should cover 4R principle. What is 4R? 1R will be recover. Sorry, recovery, it is not being done. It is only the theory we say recovery. Another P, you can see that pH bottle. One area is the recovery, other area is the reduction. Reduction, it is not going. You will find that no. There are a lot of debate, it is happening. A stretch film can be used in 12 micron. But government rule has come 50 micron. Single use, in that not less than 50 micron. Now the situation, it is coming before us what to do in some circumstances. We are thinking to make PCRI is involved to work on this gelatin. We have in pharmaceutical hard gelatin, soft gelatin. In that soft gelatin, can we make a stretch film? I have made the group of my research scientists from various colleges. In that we have come out with this. We can make the stretch film on this. Thermocol cannot be degraded easily. Photosynthetically can be degraded, but thermocol, it is the insulating material. It is the cushioning material. But one of the scientists I have seen, this needs to be validated from Bhopal. They can make the, apart from the fiber molded tray, that company is trying to make that EPS-like material. It is from the mushroom. From the mushroom, EPS-like, similar to EPS, that can be made. And the work, still the sample we will see, the validation will happen. It is ecological bottle. And in that we can go on this. This is the Japanese technology. In that lightweight will be there. And in that we will have to work a lot. A lot of glass container, glass chips and this material in our country that is working day and night. to have this kind of the ecological bottle. And in that, the lightweight, heat sealable bottle, all these can be there. So this is the number of companies with a good joint venture, and in that joint venture, it can be there. Coca-Cola's plant bottle, it has been started. These are the logo, it is being done. So it is available. Now it is that this is for environment concern. Sustainable packaging mistake. This is essential to throw this light before you all. Knowingly, unknowingly. There is a difference between mistake and error. Mistake, we here at this platform from the PCRI, we say that intentionally someone is doing wrong is called a mistake. Without intention, someone is doing wrong called an error. Errors are there. In that you can see here. My next slide, it is that pizza. We eat pizza every day. People, product is pizza. People will order from Swiggy, Zomato, or any concern, it will be there. Uber has also come. The problem is that the cheese, it is getting trapped in cellulosic fibers. And that stickiness, it is longer, it is creating problem to recycle. I appeal to all pharmaceutical companies. You can see that every newspaper and social platform, pharma company is coming. That sustainable packaging, eco-friendly packaging. But the reality is different. They use over packaging in the name of US compliances. If United States has written anything, most of the scientific fraternity will say that, oh, US magazine. You analyze, they may be also wrong. I have come across one is that water vapor transmission rate. Machine has been purchased when I was in the government to find out the water vapor transmission rate. I read manual, I read ASTM standards. My report was there. I was in Delhi that time heading the laboratory, and there I gave this report that this machine is wrong. Dear friends, I have received a memo from my department that you are harassing the company to deliver the services. No one staff was with me, even my subordinate were with the management. I became only one, and one more fellow has supported me. I told no, I have given the 29 pages reply on this. And in that way, it was the ASTM 1770. Their scientists came, India. We had the brainstorming session, and we told that your ASTM standard is wrong, manual is wrong, and concept is wrong. 3 days completely it was there. Finally, they accepted our point of concern because there was a relation of fixed law of diffusion. In that way, the diffusion, by diffusion, water vapor permeability will be done. They were very honest then. They wrote the minute, and within 15 days to 1 month, ASTM has been withdrawn. My submission before you is that they are good, but we need to evaluate. I have the appeal on this platform to all faculties. Our Bureau of Indian Standards are very, very good. But the tendency is very bad. Just to say that why, oh, it is ASTM is there, BIS has got no importance. No, it is not correct. And in that way, Sustainable, you can see here the mistake we are doing as the pizza. You can see that sustainable in the e-commerce network. You are just getting one item, so much packaging. Why not you bring attention? It is there in that we cannot afford on this. E-commerce company claim that I'm using this. No, this is not. So many packaging materials are being claimed, and we are seeing that we are thinking for the environment. You see that post-consumer plastic bottle? Every bottle is saying that it can be recycled. Do you know that it is not being recycled 100%? That area is the look into. We need to work on this. This you can see. Sustainable packaging problem in that. The small size blend with the materials. And one more area apart from this. This is coming again, it will go in the folding carton. Where is the need of folding carton? This tube is sufficient. And folding carton is highly expensive. And effort it is going by us in that. There are a lot of things it is there. Because of the fact is that ultimately I need to have discussion also. Few minutes has to be there, some interactions. My next slide, it is there. You can see here this kind of the problem. It is available. That is the foil and packaging. If you come to Hyderabad, biryani is very famous. You will place an order, then the metallized plastic it is being used, as if you will feel that it is aluminum foil. And it is not aluminum foil. It is a plastic over plastic that the coating it is being done. And in that the layer of the foil, it is not there. It is a coating, and that is also the problem. It is being done. It has to be looked after. You can see here that area is the complete, that area, the problem of this area company, they do. My submission, it is there. That is designed for the recycling, is also sustainable packaging, designed for reuse. Trends, replace plastic with a bioplastic. This is our appeal. Will be there. The correct informations, sustainable packaging trends must be there, because ultimately environment 2050, no carbon means generation, greenhouse emissions should be very, very zero carbon. It is being means what is called climatic pledge. I respect the Amazon. Amazon is very much clear. They have placed an order for the 1 lakh truck that 2030, no diesel, no petrol, only electric. And in that, they replace plastic with the paper as much as possible. Carbon reduce and remove packaging is that wherever it is available. As I have told you, toothpaste, you are going to purchase tube and along with a carton, a small carton. Not essential. And in that, you will have to think, explore how it can be handled. That the shift to the mono materials will be there. It is the sustainable, in that environment friendly. We need to increase the recycled content. Here, it was being claimed that there is no test to identify a plastic, how much containing virgin plastic, how much coming recycled plastic, how much containing that is the additives and ash content. That can be done with the TGA, thermogravimetric analysis, in that we have started giving now. That how much is the virgin content, recycled content, increase. Nestle has told that by 2025, all materials plastic will be recycled. Once you reach the functional properties, barrier properties, why to use virgin then? And it is the nation to this means environment concern we can do. Green packaging, indeed the need. And in that we will have to work. We will have to go. I appreciate the South India every time for food. The leaf from banana, even you will go to the Tirupati or in Chennai, in Hyderabad, This kind of it is there, it is being used. We will have to, at our home also, sometimes we can think it is once in a week that can have this area. I would like to tell you that activities of the PCRI, in general, I don't write PCRI, but I felt that the August gathering of the faculty development program, they should know the packaging clinic and research institute is pure private service to the nation, because once I started with, they were saying that your is a private, who can recognize your certificate? I told, look, in India, it cannot be. If you are going to check blood, you are going in a private. And if you are going to check the paper and plastic, you will say it is the private report. No, we will give you full proof as per the ASTM standard, Indian standards, all the standards it will be there. There we can do a lot. And in that testing we do, we conduct more than 200 analysis. We are conducting the training program, postgraduate diploma online. Not recognized by any university. I will not apply to any university. I have worked a lot, and in that I found that they will not give me recognition. Let them not give, but I would like to give the training to my people, working people. If my working people professional, it is there, it can be, because there are a lot of rules, regulations in that I don't deserve. I deserve to give the knowledge on the packaging, and in that I'm working. And in that, once it will be there, tool, it will be there. I can't afford to pay the some means fixed deposit. This land, I don't have, it is on my rent. I do not have on this, but I'm happy with the packaging club, with the rendering of the services, knowing everything. The students are coming to get this training. We are working on this training. We are doing the consultancy. And in that consultancy, the development program of the packaging technology, and we are also doing the audit. You have account audit, but we have the packaging audit for eco-friendly material, for the cost and quality analysis. And for cost and quality analysis, it can be there. So it is, we can do a lot. You okay? Now the 2 slides, it is remaining now. I know that Mr. Dr. Jagan Mohan is having anxiety that next speaker will be there. So it will be factors to know about the 7 ability factors: compatibility, machinability, printability, this ability for any packaging needed, and you can go with this, and thereafter you can finalize heat sealability, barrier you can give, and in that you can see food grade ability is very, very concerned. Is this. So 7 ability factor is essential, and it has to given the marketability. All these ability factors concerning the packaging, eatable packaging will be there, mainstream. And in that, always I have told you the bad environment, I will just use on this, no need to go. Already we have explained. Sorry, this slide that the packaging good for the environment, bad for the environment. This is our graduate diploma, postgraduate. Thank you very much for your kind patience. And if it is there, let me know for the few minutes for my interactions. So it is, I can stop now for my share. Then I am coming for the view. Thank you very much for the kind patience, for hearing my voice. And the packaging is for the people, packaging is for the products, packaging is for the planet, and in that packaging makes progress of everything. Thank you very much once again to the team of Dr. Jagan Mohanji and himself, and the management is very much, A.V.College management is very much aggressive to give me an opportunity. I'm very much thankful and obliged, and I am obliged to everyone who has been there and listening my session. Thank you very much, and keeping few minutes for interaction, please.
Yes, I request the lecturers, any doubts, please clarify from the BK Karnataka. Switch on your videos and ask. Yes, any doubts or the clarifications? So thank you, sir. You explained each and every part, I think. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Not only this time, sir, always we are favorable to your lecture, sir. It's more informative and very thankful to you, sir. You are creating awareness on plastic, sir. So our association with you, sir, from last means a Department of Chemistry, A.V.College, collaborated with the PCRI institution 3 years back for packaging course, sir. That is green chemistry and sustainable packaging. Our students are very happy in collaboration with your institution, sir. Sir, we feel very happy for enlighten us in a good packing and a bad packaging and good product, bad packaging, bad product, good packaging. So the relation between packaging and awareness and packaging means protection, how we have to protect that product. So how that product reach from manufacturer company to customer. So the opportunities in packaging and intelligent packaging, active packaging and smart packaging, the difference, sir. We feel very happy, sir. Then you explained clearly about 7 key responses means spoilage of this agriculture products. So how to protect that product in excess of products and different type of packaging by using HDPE and a PET and a pan, and you create an awareness on bioplastic in food packaging. Thank you very much, sir. And you enlighten regarding opportunities to grow in packaging and eco packaging, green packaging. Thank you very much, sir, once again. So we feel very happy with sir PCRI institution. We collaborated from last 3 years, sir. We feel very happy, sir. Thank you once again, sir.
My appeal to everyone that I am a man of social media, the packaging club. And if you will keep your video open, I will have the photograph of group photographs.
Yes.
And that group photographs will be in our memory, in our club. So it will be only for a few seconds, and that will help us to have the memory forever. So that is the association.
All the lecturers, please switch on your videos. Sir, I request all the lecturers, please switch on videos for photograph.
You can, in our packaging club, 70,000 member in Facebook and 14,000 it is there in LinkedIn, and it will go to 180 countries. So those who are means I request everyone, and that is there. I have taken photographs, but most of them are under the name. It is there. Please open for only for a few seconds, and that few seconds will give us opportunity to interact with that. So thank you very much, because it is there. A memory will always be there in our area, and it is there that will help. Always it is there. So once again, thank you very much. And my contact, it is very easy. I have not given my email and number, but PCRI.in. .in, you will remember PCRI. It is our website. In that you will cover all informations. Thank you very much. No question. I was expecting some means interaction, not a question, but there would be 2 ways that you are not interested to ask, or it is not necessary to ask anyway. We will be in our email and through Dr. Jagan Mohan Reddy ji. Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll start next session. That is second session. Our resource person, Dr. Anil Kumar Garu. So I request Dr. Anjaya sir start second session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jagannath Reddy Garu. Good morning to one and all. It's privilege and honor for me to introduce Dr. Anil Kumar Garu. Dr. Anil Kumar is presently working as professor at Department of Applied Chemistry, Delhi Technological University, formerly known as Delhi College of Engineering, New Delhi, India. Sir has received his master's and a doctorate degree in chemistry from the University of Roorkee. Now it is called as IIT Roorkee, and Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, that is IIT Kanpur, India, respectively. He has received Academia Sinica Fellowship, Taiwan, from 2007 to 2009, and Schulisch Postdoctoral Fellowship, Technion, IIT Haifa, Israel, 2009 to 2010. Recently, from January 2020 to August 2021, Dr. Anil Kumar Garu was a visiting professor at Department of Chemistry, Technion, IIT Israel. Dr. Anil Kumar's research interests are in coordination chemistry, porphyroid-based bioinorganic chemistry, and Sir has published 32 research papers in national, international journals of repute. The present title of the lecture is Recent Advances in Porphyroid Chemistry. With this brief introduction, I request Dr. Anil Kumar to deliver the lecture. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Over to Dr. Anil Kumar. Vice Chair, sir. Sir, I think you are in mute. Sir, voice is not coming, sir. Anil Kumar, sir, your voice is not coming.
First of all, thank you, Professor Jagannath Reddy, for the nice introduction. And also thank to all the team members who invited me for this particular FDP and presenting my research work. And it's a generalized, basically, research. And thank you very much for all things. So I should start it, I think so.
Yeah, sir, you can start.
Can you see the screen properly? Because
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, that is fine. Just please just I will take one more minute.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Okay, so the present talk, basically I will be dealing on recent development in porphyrin chemistry, basically, and later in the later stage I will go into the new porphyrin analog, that is basically meta-benzyporphyrdimethine, and I will discuss it in the next slide. So before going into directly detail into the meta-benzyporphyrdimethine, you should have the basically brief introduction about the porphyrin. The porphyrin, I think all the people know that basically it is a heme kind system that basically present in the our natural system, that hemoglobin also and the chlorophyll also, but not exactly the same. But the fundamental unit that is basically is present, what you can see on my screen, that macrocycle, that is basically the fundamental unit of all heme containing enzymes and chlorophyll also, and other basically myoglobin. So porphyrin basically are tetrapyrrolic moiety. It's very stable, dianionic, and aromatic in nature. So you can see that it's a tetrapyrrolic moiety because it basically contains 4 pyrrole in it. It's very stable because it's a completely basically aromatic in nature, so it's very stable. Dianionic because of these two H are here, which can be basically can be removed by adding base, and you can basically add any metal which can interact with this. And last, the aromatic in nature, because if you look into the NMR of this one, then it becomes it is NMR basically is looks that it is highly aromatic because in the one conjugation path the 18 pi lactone involves, although this contains 22 pi lactones, but in one conjugation pathway if we go start from here, then you'll have 18 pi lactone. It constitutes important class of pi conjugated organic chromophores because it's highly colored because all the porphyrins are very high color. So you can see that our blood is very red because of the hemoglobin that contains the heme moiety, and chlorophyll that is green in nature that contains another kind of moiety. And this can be doped by metal ions. The central region of porphyrin molecule is basically NN core. Why? Because this 4N are here. That's why it is called as NN core, and that is surrounded by 4 pyrrolic rings. These are very important because of its multiple biological functions and its ability to bind a number of transition metal ions. It performs a lot of biological function, which are basically we are biomim. That is called biomimicking, because whatever the function the actual enzyme is doing with the with this molecule, that we try to do it outside the basically the in the system. The electronic structure of porphyrin, it plays a very significant role to decide the fate of the porphyrin system. The electronic structure, I mean here that if we change the electronic structure by introducing any electron withdrawing group, electron releasing group on the beta pyrrole, this beta carbon, the pyrrole system, also the carbon here, we can introduce the electron withdrawing and electron releasing group to tune its electronic property for our different purposes. You know that this is the basically what is the criteria for the aromaticity of porphyrins. Porphyrin basically is a very important system in the porphyrin system, and a simple porphyrin molecule I already told is highly aromatic in nature. It basically there are 22 pi lactones in the simple porphyrin. However, the only the 18 electrons involved in the one delocalization pathway. You can see that these are the the basically the bold, you can see that is the delocalization pathway that involves the 18 pi electron. You can go any from anywhere, but only the 18 electron will be involved in the one conjugation pathway. So scientists have tried to modify this basically this particular macrocycle, that by introducing the electron withdrawing group, electron releasing group, and by replacing the basically one pyrrolate with the another heterosystem, and that will introduce a new kind of the porphyrin system, and that can play another important role in some other properties. So you can see that if you look into this porphyrin system, these are the basically the beta position. We call it the beta position, and this is the meso position, and this is the core system. The meso position and the core. So you can see that if the periphery modified system that we are involving the mesocarbon, this one beta carbon and the mesocarbon. Then in the periphery modified system would be there, and the periphery product system will change the electronic property a lot because the electron withdrawing and electron releasing effect. Now come to the core modified system. Core modified system, that if you are replacing one N with the heteroatom, that is basically called core modified system. That if you said, if for example in one place of it, in the place of one pyrrole unit, if you introduce the thiophene and furon and this oxazole, then it will be the different kind of system. That is the core modified system. The another system that is contracted porphyrin, that is basically the term comes here, the corols. Contracted means that one mesocarbon is lesser than the present this particular porphyrin. You can see that in porphyrin system, we have 4 mesocarbons, but in coral system, we have only 3 mesocarbon, and there is a direct binding with the pyrolytic, this alpha carbon to the alpha carbon, direct binding with this one. That bond between these two carbons, that is called coral. This is called contract. This also plays a very important. I will discuss in the next half. Inverted porphyrin. Inverted porphyrin means this is the N-confused porphyrin or mutant porphyrin. N-confused means this particular N, the pyrolytic NH, is confused with that whether it is outside or inside. That also basically pay the another kind of the research. That is a lot of research is basically nowadays going on this molecule also, but not very extensively. Expanded porphyrin. Expanded porphyrin means that you see that in the porphyrin system there are only 4 pyrolytic unit and 4 mesocarbon, but you can see that in expanded system we have more number of the pyrrole or some other basically ring heterocyclic, that is called hexapyrin, and we call them the expanded porphyrin. Then very recently means in the research is around 2004, the term came carboporphyrin. Carboporphyrin basically is another important molecule that basically you can see that in place of one pyrrole, if you look into the porphyrin system, that is the porphyrin system, contains one pyrrole, 4 pyrolytic unit, but in the carboporphyrin system, you can see that we are replacing one pyrrole with this particular phenylalanine ring, that is called carboporphyrin. It can be carboporphyrin, and it can be benzyporphyrdimethine, and we can name them benzyporphyrin. If this carbon is sp3 hybridized carbon, this particular carbon, these 2 mesocarbon would be the sp2 hybridized carbon, which is basically performing the tripyrene moiety, and these 2 mesocarbons, either they can be the sp2 hybridized or they can be the sp3 hybridized. If they are sp3 hybridized carbon, then it is called meta-benzyporphyrdimethine. If it is sp2 hybridized carbon, it will be called as the meta-benzyporphyrin. But I will speak mainly on this particular system which contains the sp3 hybridized carbon, that is meta-benzyporphyrdimethine. So this particular system, I have extensively we are doing this research, and we are using these molecules in several applications that you can see in the next. This carboporphyrin system, basically this term came long back when the people synthesized the N-confused porphyrin, because in N-confused porphyrin also we have this one, particularly C carbon. So in carboporphyrin system, in place of these 4 nitrogen core, we will have this 3 CNN core, because in our system also we have the CNNN core. Carbon donor along with 3 atom for the system to create direct, and we can have the direct metal carbon bond with that, and this particular carbon, this is interact with the metal, and that is basically another kind of study that people have done, the metal arene interaction. This is called agostic interaction, people have discussed in the last few years a lot. And this molecule also follows Huckel rule. It's basically then it is called aromatic in nature. And the first carboporphyrins and confused inverted porphyrin that was reported in 1994 by a different group from Japan, that is Fruta, and from the Poland, from the Latos-Grzyński. Now come to the meta-benzyporphyrin, which I am going to discuss, that I told in that slide that we will discuss that that contains, in place of sp2 hybridized carbon, we have the sp3 hybridized carbon, like here. The first meta-benzyporphyrin, if you look into this meta-benzyporphyrin system, then we should just discuss that what is meta-benzyporphyrin. The first meta-benzyporphyrin was reported by Berlin and Bretner in 98-94. That is basically this one, which contains the sp2 hybridized carbon and this phenylalanine ring. The meta-benzyporphyrdimethines basically are meso-substituted meta-benzyporphyrin with 2 tetrahedral mesocarbons. It is the same analog, but only difference in the sp2 hybridized carbon, we have the sp3 hybridized carbon here. And this was first synthesized by Martin Stepan and Latos-Grzyński in 2004. So it's not a very, very old basically field that I'm going to discuss here. It's very, very recently in terms of research, that only 16 years back that people started this research. It is non-aromatic because electronic ring current is attenuated with the due to the presence of tetrahedral mesocarbon. Why this is non-aromatic? Because you can see that from here it's sp2 hybrid carbon, all are sp2 hybrid carbon, and they involve a delocalization pathway. But this aromaticity is attenuated here because of the sp3 hybrid carbon. So this is non-aromatic in nature, and NMR also looks like non-aromatic in nature. The NMR basically looks like non-aromatic because these NH comes around 12 ppm. But if it is completely aromatic, these NH proton will come into the basically upfield in the negative side of the chemical shift, and this is the basic indication that this is this porphyrin is basically the highly aromatic, and metabenzoyl is non-aromatic in nature. So if you look into the history of this particular metabenzoyl, it was started in 1994, which is basically synthesis of metabenzoyl, and 1994 this TD-less synthesized oxybenzoyl, and you can see the gap from 1995 to 2004. There was no report of this particular kind of this molecule, and in 2004, this Professor Hong synthesized thiobenzoyl system. That is basically the thiobenzoyl system means that in place of this particular one pyrrole, we have the thiophene. That basically that is also plays important role in some kind of the sensing system. Then in same year in 2004, this Professor Hong synthesized thiobenzoyl, but in 2004, the Professor Latys-Gozinski reported the synthesis of metabenzoyl with very low yield, 12.6% yield in the same year 2004. And from 2004 to 2008, people didn't basically look into this molecule because of this. This molecule basically is not that much stable. It get oxidized in the air. If you keep longer in the silica gel column, then it get oxidized, and further it oxidized into the gamma lactam ring. One of the pyrrole becomes gamma lactam, that we will also discuss. So in 2008, Professor basically Hong and I was that time postdoc with that. We synthesized this metabenzoyl, which basically exhibits fluorescence turn on when bound to zinc. And this was the basically the one of the important property of this particular molecule, which people didn't explore from the 2004 to 2009 or from 1994 to 2010. Because when it is free base, it is non-fluorescence in basically nature. But when it binds to the zinc, cadmium, mercury, all the D10 tungsten metal, then it will become highly fluorescent. So it is a switch on off system will be discussed. So then we also, in 2009, we also published that if you keep it, we just studied its stability, that how this molecule is stable, what are the other properties. And then we found that if you keep it longer in the solution also, and in the air, in the light, and also keep it in the longer in the silica gel while doing the column, then it also get oxidized and form the basically the gamma lactam system that I will show in the next slide. Then from 2009, in 2011, we also basically study DFT studies and intramolecular hydrogen bonding and agostic interaction, what are the solvent effect, and the study we also. And then in 2016, we also synthesized different derivative of this metabenzoyl by replacing the mesocarbons. Like if you look into this one, by replacing this particular this one here, the mesocarbon would be there, and we mesocarbon we will have several aldehyde, substitute aldehyde, so we can tune its electronic property if we are by introducing the electron withdrawing and electron releasing group. By then we can tune its electronic property, and we can see that whether any change in the fluorescence property or it high quantum yield and other property we can discuss here. Then we also further went into the more application part, that whether these molecules, because these molecules sense zinc ion very, very effectively, and binding constant was too high. Then we also studied this basically in sensing the breast cancer cell. Then we also discuss basically a lot of study was done in using the DFT tool that to know the hydrogen bonding interaction, stability of different molecules by using molecular tailoring approach. And in 2020, then also we studied, we have extensively worked in by using the DFT tool, also the synthetic part. And recently we published one review article, that is the recent development in meta-benzene in 2021. Recently we were, and a few more publications have come into the International Journal of Environmental Science and Technology by, that is the further application of this molecule by introducing or by basically the incubating this molecule into the polymeric matrix. That also will be discussed. So the general synthetic protocol for this molecule was very, very simple. And we usually use this particular diol, that is the diol that contains the OH and 2CH, because if it contains H, then it won't be stable. So this and because sp3 for sp3 hybrid carbon, you should have the stable group which can be stabilize this molecule, otherwise it won't be stable. If you one H would be there, if the H it won't be, then it becomes, it will get oxidized and form another molecule. So then it means we should have the either the CH3 or should have the phenyl more bulky group, so can be this carbon can become stable and we can use it for the further application. Then in the ratio of this we have taken the pyrrole, we have taken the diol, and we have taken the basically the substitute aldehyde. And by generalized reaction, that in the dichloromethane we have the Lewis acid for this catalysis reaction, and by oxidizing by DDQ you will have the red color compound in the basically, and this compound can be easily separated by the column. The column should be done very, very fast, because I told you that this compound is not that much stable in the column, also in the solution. So we synthesize a lot of derivative of this one by replacing this particular group R1 R12 by ranging from the electron withdrawing to electron releasing also, and basically statically hindered. Just want to know that is there any change, what should be the behavior on the fluorescence turn off if we change its electronic property on the basically peripheral system. Then we also synthesize this metal complex using Tyson metal atom, the zinc, cadmium, mercury also. And these are very, very simple synthetic scheme would be there. You just dissolve this molecule in basically dichloromethane or acetonitrile, and then at base we are adding 2,6-lutidine, and by adding the metal salt you can synthesize this particular molecule. Then come to the characterization part, how basically we characterize these molecules, that whether whatever the molecule we have, it exactly the same or it's different. Because sometimes you can see that their oxidation product are have the same, almost same color, but they would come in the later in the column. But UV visual spectroscopy will clearly basically indicate the formation of this particular analog. So you can look into the UV visual spectra. Then UV spectra, you can see that there are strong Q band in the visible region, very, very strong band, high, and one solid-like band. It's not solid band, it's a solid-like band. Solid-like band in porphyrin system basically starts from 400 to 420 nanometer, but it's solid-like band which is coming around more than 350 to 450. Then we call it the solid band. Is it basically the free base? This free base molecule in the red color, and you can see that this is the very, very important. This is the very, very important. We have the strong Q band in the visible region. That can basically be this property can be used in biological system, because in biological system, if you have the higher visible region absorbance, then the tissue damage would be very, very less. If because the energy would be less. So, but these are and we synthesize a lot of molecules which contains different kind of the electron withdrawing electronic group, and basically and the steric hinder. You can see that they differ slightly from by replacing the group, not much, but some the difference is there in the solid like band and the Q band also, but not so you can see that in free base which are banded dimethyl, you can see that if you look into the compound, depending on the what basically functional group or what functional substitute aldehyde we have taken based on the electron withdrawing, electron releasing, you can see that solid band varies from 353 to 320, 19, 14, and Q band also varies Q band, you can see that Q band doesn't vary a lot. In 517 to 530, also one band would be around 5. But solid band basically in some system is very, you can see it here, 320, 319. So 4 and 5, you can see that 4 and 5 would be the our, this 4 would be the simply the difluoro and 5 would be the pentafluoro. So you can see the, when we are introducing the electron withdrawing group, then the solid band more shift to the blue shift in the case of the, in comparison to the these other electron releasing group and other moiety. So these are the some of the, these are the representative spectra of this benzodiazepine free base metadiazepine. Now comparison of UV spectra of these three base metabenzene versus methylated benzodiazepine. Then free base metabenzodiazepine, you can see it from here. The free base metabenzodiazepine have the solid like band in the range of 319 to 348. But if you look into the methylated one, it becomes very, very sharp solid band. The sharp solid band and the Q band, basically this is the one of the most important indication that we can use this molecule in the biological system. We can use this basically wavelength for the exciting this molecule, and this can see the 648 nanometer. So that is another important here. So there is a shift in the Q band, also it becomes the solid band becomes sharp very after the metallization with the zinc, cadmium or mercury. These I have just representing, I am showing in the zinc only, but this also show a shift in the cadmium and the mercury also. Then we also characterize this molecule by using the single crystal X-ray structure, and you can see the in single crystal X-ray structure, these molecules are very, very highly puckered structure. You can see that if you look into this tripyrene molecule, this is not in the perfectly planar, and this becomes the perpendicular to the system. And these are not basically the plane system. These are tripyrene molecule is not, it's something like it's a puckered system. It's a twisted molecule when it is in the free base system. That is basically the indication that this molecule is not symmetrically in the free base system. Free base, I mean to hear that without metallization. So now come to the, if you look into the structure of porphyrin and free base metabenzene and metal complex of metabenzene, then you can see that porphyrin basically slightly symmetrically structured because of the 4 pyrolytic system it here in the free base system. But metabenzene is not slight. You can see that these are deviating from its plane. But one important parameter, you can see it from here. Once the metal binds with the metabenzene, you see that it becomes perfectly planar. This tripyrene moiety becomes perfectly planar, and this phenyl ring is the just looks that it is perpendicular to this the plane of these 3 pyrrole. If you draw a plane in between 3 pyrrole system and this phenyl moiety, that this plane, the plane of 3 pyrrolic system and this one are the perpendicular to each other. They are very different, and the angle is something like around 85 to in between to 90, depend on the different systems. So this is the basically core geometry is very then is non-planar is into the free base system, but in the metal system it is highly planar. That gives the indication that we can basically go for the DFT calculation, that how the core can be changed to become more symmetrical system. And you can see that these are some of the more structured that metallic systems are perfect. You can see that these are, we have shown that all the systems in the zinc chloride, you can see that this becomes perfectly perpendicular. This cadmium also is perpendicular, mercury also perpendicular. These are the some of the different basically the metallic system, and just showing that how the core geometry basically changes with the methylated also, and from free base to the metallic system also. So now then we further went into that how this basically this we should know core geometry is basically non-planar system in free base, and in the metal system it becomes planar. So we just further forwarded that we should look into the electronic structure that by looking into the by looking into the a different kind of system that we can replace this and by the hetero system also, and by changing this R group also, then we can look into the electronic property that whatever this is the metabenzene for diamond system, and this basically the gamma lactam system that I told you that if you keep it longer in the this one solution and as well as in the silica gel, then it becomes oxidized. That basically the oxidation products are these two oxidation products, one this product and one this product. These are completely characterized by the single crystal structure, that we have the oxygen here and we have the oxygen here. This we call it O up, and this is called O down. This is just we gave our oxygen up and oxygen down in both cases. But these molecules are basically non-fluorescent. We have checked their fluorescence property, that these molecules are non-fluorescent, even they don't bind the metal atom also within their core, and that they are no, they are basically we don't have any application regarding this molecule. But we just look into the electronic property, that whether they can be used somewhere depending on depending on their property by using the DFT methods and molecular table for hydrogen bonding interaction. So what we have done, we have replaced basically this, the modification can be done by using this, by replacing this one. We can replace with this one pyrolytic with the NOS. We can replace in this position, we can replace on this position, and we can replace this oxygen by oxidation can take place here, oxygen can take place here. So depending on the different basically parameter, we have studied the DFT methods to see that whether any change in the electronic property. And we found that the most stable forms are like that. The most stable forms are like that, which contains, this is the one molecule, this is the another molecule. If we put if the H is here, if the H is here, we contain the hetero system also with the 2H system. We contain the hetero system without NH system. Without NH system means there is no hydrogen bonding. And we found that the stable forms are those forms which contains basically the hydrogen bonding interaction, as well as the this one conventional hydrogen bond and the non-conventional hydrogen bond also. So you can say that in the overall system, looking into the overall system, if the more detail can be found from this paper, but I am just giving the gist of that particular, that how the most stable form, the inner core H bonding interaction plays a crucial role in stabilizing the protomer. It means that if the hydrogen bonding interaction would be more in the inner core, it will be more stable. And down system, in this particular system, if we replace particularly, if what we have done, we have introduced the H here, and then we have calculated the optimization energy, and then after calculating the optimization energy by DFT tool, then we found that the lowest energy basically was found for this particular protomer. So it means the inner core hydrogen bonding interaction plays an important role. Now come to the end down system, because we can just confuse meta-Benzyl peroxide. We have just basically twisted this pyrolytic unit, and we have just outside this particular ring. Then you can see it from here that end down configuration is more stable compared to N-up configuration. That we have calculated that N-up also, that N-up means the near to this sp3 hybridized carbon, and down means away from the sp3 hybridized carbon. So the N down were found to the more stable. These basically factor were only based on the hydrogen bonding interaction also. Structure with thiophene ring having absence of H in the inner core are more symmetrically than its OXA as a line. And this system was another stable system. Thio analogues having unprotected pyrrole rings have larger dipole moment. These are some of the important findings based on the DFT calculation. Some other O up and O downs favorable structure. You can see that the WCHN interaction present in it, while the other tautomer undergoes single CH interaction. Why these are stable? You have to look into the hydrogen bonding interaction, CH interaction, and an NHN interaction. Then it becomes very stable. And by using so these study will design that we can design the molecule accordingly. And this particular molecule was stable due to the extended pi conjugate system that contains 12 pi electron and inner high. This was stable because in other molecule there would be the lesser pi conjugated system, but in this molecule we have 12 pi electron, which involves in one pi conjugated system, and also involves the inner hydrogen network. Intramolecular hydrogen bond energy in free base meta-Benzyl diazine analog using DFT. Then we also studied that how we can basically, if you look into the meta-Benzyl, that study we have done by using only this R group can be replaced by H CH3 and phenylic group. This R group were replaced by these particular, and we have studied the 5 analog of this one. And so you can see that we have introduced we have varied the particular basically on the sp2 hybridized carbon also, and we have varied the substitute on the sp3 hybrid. And total of the almost 18 molecules were studied in this study, and we have used the molecular tailoring approach. Basically, what is molecular tailoring approach? In molecular tailoring approach, basically is based on the fragmentation approach. What we did, we just do the fragmentation. This is the parent molecule. This is the one fragment. This is the another fragment, and we did the fragmentation of this molecule. And by using these fragmentation, we calculate the single point energy of this particular molecule. And based on single point energy, we can calculate the hydrogen bonding calculation. You can see that if you want to calculate the EHP2 interaction, for example, if you look in the slide, this is the HB2 hydrogen bonding with this interaction. So if you want to calculate, and you have to add the F1 plus F3, this is the F1 and F3, and minus this is F6, this one F6. Then you will give the n minus, this is the total in the, you can see, and just reduce the hydrogen bonding energy of the parent molecule, and you can calculate the hydrogen bonding energy. This basically the molecular tailoring approach is very, very important in intermolecular hydrogen bonding calculation. And this first was given by the Professor Gadre from Pune, and we are also collaborating with the Professor Deshmukh from University of Sagar in this regarding this one. So after calculating the hydrogen bonding interaction, you can see that I'll just yeah. The investigation revealed that the orthochlorinity means the molecule with the containing the 2,6-dichloro basically phenyl ring and pentafluoride system have lower band gap. So thus better bonding may be expected from this. That we have also seen from the fluorescence property experimentally also, that in the 2,6-difluoro, 2,6-dichloro and pentafluoro, they were showing the more shift in the Q band after interaction with the metal system. So this is basically is very, very important system. So by looking into the DFT calculation, that we found that these systems have lower band gap, so they can be used for the better bonding system. By DFT calculation also, and experimentally we have seen in the fluorescence that there was a large change, not in the fluorescence, but in also the UV spectra, that there was a large shift in the Q band from initial position to the final. There is a bathochromic shift in the Q band as well as in the solid-like band. Now, after calculating all these, that we have analyzed this electronic property, we have a good hand on the synthetic system, that we can easily synthesize this molecule in good yield without going into the more oxidative property. Then we thought that why cannot we do the more application part for this one? So first application was the fluorescence study, that was the metal and sensor, cell imaging properties, and meta-benzene propiondimethyl embedded hydrogel. These are the some important property. Recently, we are more focused on this one, this one, hydrogel embedded meta-benzene, because these can be in the environmental, can solve the environmental problem. So first look into the fluorescence study, how we progress or how we proceeded for this particular study. If you look into the free base meta-benzene propiondimethyl, free base meta-benzene propiondimethyl looks like reddish pinkish color. If you look into its basically the solid structure also, and in the solution also, its solution looks like pinkish color. But if you look into the fluorescence, if you look into the UV light, it doesn't show any kind of fluorescence property. If you look into system, but if you add zinc metal into then it becomes greenish color, greenish blue, and so it a highly fluorescent color, 100. So you can see it's something like on-off system. If you take out, yes. Any question here you want to ask?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Please continue.
Okay, so you can see that it becomes highly fluorescent molecule. So that basically thought came into our mind, that when it is showing the fluorescent turn-on property, why cannot we use for the zinc ion sensing, and in the basically in the cell imaging property, where the apoptosis process, basically in the apoptosis process, the basically cell death takes place, and the zinc comes out from the cell. So we can see that whether the apoptosis process occurs in the cell or not. So we can use in the breast cancer cell and other property. So that we'll discuss later. So you can see that this is the photoluminescence and time resolved fluorescence spectra of all zinc complex. We have used only zinc here, not cadmium, because cadmium and mercury are rarely found in the basically in the biological system. So we didn't go for the cadmium mercury. So you can see that it shows the very highly fluorescent is around 6, basically around 680 nanometer. And we also calculated the quantum yield, and this is the quantum yield. You can see that quantum yield was found for the highest for the 2,6 dichlor system, and is a quantum. It is no, but for the electron releasing group, you can see the when the electron releasing group is here, the quantum yield goes down from 0.17 to 0.414 system. This one. So the fluorescence quantum yields are basically comparatively higher side when substituent or mesophenyl are electron withdrawing group than electron denoting group. And another finding by looking into this fluorescence study, we found that orthochlorination, which has the highest electron quantum yield, you can 0.37 or 37, it is more than the, because the quantum yield is basically is more than in the tetraphenyl porphyrin. Tetraphenyl porphyrin quantum yield only 0.003. Free waste, but if the methylated tetra pp is 0.13. So you can see that there is a large difference in the quantum yield of the our molecule this particular molecule and the more conjugated system like this tetraphenyl porphyrin system. So this is the basic, you can see here. Ortho, why this is basically high, then we system, why this system, then we have the reason here that orthochlorination this facilitated a smooth interaction between the halo substituent and the pi system of the because the 2,6 dichloro are more close to the macrocyclic, and this 2,6 halo substituent pi system interaction pi p orbital interact with the pi system of the macrocycle. That basically is the more important factor, that is because of this only the we have the higher quantity, or in the indirect conjugation between the induced electron withdrawing halogens and the macrocycle, because the chlorine basically should show the electron withdrawing group, but here it is not saying. It is basically because of the interaction between the macrocyclic and the p orbital of the chlorine molecule halo substituent, they basically inhibit the indirect conjugation. That is basically the one of the important reason that why it is basically the high in other than other systems. So then we have synthesized more molecule like cadmium, mercury. They also have fluorescence turn-on, but the fluorescence turn-on basically the is intensity is very light. Intensity is very less in case of the cadmium and in case of the fluorescence, in case of the mercury also. Then after looking into the this property that this can be used in the basically sensing property, we thought that this can be used in the cell imaging study of basically we have done the cell imaging study of MDA MB 460 cell breast cancer cell. So we have basically in what we have done in the this is very important factor that you just what we have done, we have taken the this cell and we added the buffer solution and the zinc also. We have basically introduced the zinc into the cell, because sometimes that content may not contain the zinc ion, but we have to see the whether our molecule can sense the zinc in the cell, basically in the this particular cancerous cell, and we can see the fluorescence property. So you can see that this is the basically the you can see that we can see the our molecule is basically can show the image that the molecule that we have shown in the likewise here you can see here this molecule. So this can be used in the cell imaging study, and we have done only this with the one particular breast cancer cell, and my other students are also doing this one. So, but before going into the basically the cell viability study, then we have to look into the cytotoxicity, whether this molecule would be cytotoxic or if they. Then we have done the side this one MTTS also cytotoxicity study, and we have seen that up to the in the basically the 0% concentration, the more than 80% cells are viable. In the 10 micromolar concentration, around something like 80% cell are viability here. So it means we can use for the this particular in vivo study also that they are the cytotoxic studies are not very bad exactly. But if you look into the 100 micro concentration, then it is very, very toxic, because the value, the part coefficient was 0.05. It was very toxic. So, but we don't require much concentration of our compound to sense the zinc. Then if we thought that whether we can use this molecule, because it can sense zinc, cadmium, mercury by showing a, it's not only the fluorescence that is shows the fluorescence property, it also shows the colorimetric sensor, because in the basically when it is basically free base system, it is basically red color. When it is bind with the metal system, it becomes the blue screen. So it can be used as the colorimetric sensor. So you can see that we have embedded our system, meta system, in the hydrogel. You can see that we prepare the hydrogel, that is basically CMG, carboxymethyl guargum, and polyacrylamide. This is the hydrogel. This is the cross-linking hydrogel. You can see that this is the guargum, and this is the acrylamide, and we have added the in situ. Generally in situ we have added our compound, and after stirring and curing, that is the basically how to synthesize the hydrogel. Then we see that we have just poured this solution into the test tube. You can see that these particular becomes very, very, you can see that these are the hydrogel. Otherwise, if without our compound, the hydrogel is basically colorless in nature. But with our compound, the hydrogel becomes red. And what you can see that distilled water, we just wash with the distilled water to remove all kind of the impurity from the gel, and we have cut down this into the circular piece. These are the hydrogel, the red color hydrogel, which is basically our, we generally use them meta benzyl porphyrdimine embedded hydrogels. We have chosen this carboxymethyl group because this is the basic natural guargum. Guargum means, I think all of you know guargum. This is the polymer, natural polymer from the guargum. That is very important actually, and then this we are doing more application in this part also. So you can see that our molecules, when embedded in the hydrogel, it becomes red in color, and we have cut down into the pieces for different kind of the characterization system. So we have characterized this molecule by using SAM. SAM doesn't provide any useful information, but we can know that what are the surface morphology for a particular molecule. So then what we have done, you can see it from here you can see it from here that this particular hydrogel was red in color, but when you introduce metal atom, metal ion, zinc, cadmium, mercury, it becomes blue screen. So you can use it for the colorimetric sensor, that whether in particular system we have the zinc, cadmium, mercury exist here. And of course there would be basically the limitation would be that up to how much limit we can go up to that one. That is the, but this molecule can basically can easily detect the zinc ion in the permissible limit also. Recently we have taken this basically like one, and we have also studied this particular E. coli cell, that whether, because this molecule is not water soluble. Why we have used hydrogel for? We use hydrogel as a matrix. Why matrix? Because our compound is not water soluble. So what we have done, that's why we have used this hydrogel, and we have introduced our molecule. We have embedded our molecule in the this particular matrix. So now this particular molecule, this red color gel, we can use in the water system. And if you take the red color gel, if the zinc, cadmium, mercury is present in our molecule, in our water sample, then it will immediately show a color change. And depending on the time, that time limit is there. If the for particular metal ion, it has a particular time. For zinc, mercury ion, it shows very fast response. For then the zinc, then with the this cadmium, because of the binding constants. And we also done this study in E. coli and the industrial effluent also. We have taken directly the effluent, industrial effluent from some industrial wastewater, and we have seen that industry after some time, 2 hours after the hour, you can see that this is the color change takes place. So we can just predict that this industrial effluent may contain zinc, cadmium, or mercury with the above the permissible limit particular. So then we can go for the further study, the time scale study, that how much basically mercury would be there. Then we can go for the calibration curve also. This sensor basically, one of the important, you can see that the chromium, cadmium, copper, you can see there is no change. Chromium and copper, there is no change. Lead, no change. Nickel, no change. Only it saw a change with the cadmium, zinc, and the mercury. And sensitivity of this hydrogel at pH 6 was 0.51 and 2 ppm in 1, 2, and 3 hours for mercury, zinc, and cadmium respectively. So why pH 6.5? Because we have above the 6. If you go into the basic, the salt get precipitated out. If you go more acidic, our compound basically becomes ionized. So then you can know. So we have to look into the some basic conditions also. Then we also did with the geometrical set. We have seen the non-conventional hydrogen bonding and by using molecular tailoring approach. That we have done a lot in this. That I already explained by using the another molecule. Then in this particular thing that we have done the conventional, non-conventional hydrogen bonding using the molecular tailoring approach, and we found that this particular molecule is very basically important in all kind of aspect, that we can use it for the, and I'm not showing all slide because what exactly we have also recently we have developed this sensor for this directly into the industrial solution, that we have taken the industrial effluent and we have calculated how much time it takes to sense the zinc, cadmium, and mercury. And we have done also the kinetic study, other things study. More detail can be found in recent paper in International Journal of International Science, Environmental Technology. These are all based on the in application part only for the environmental issues. So another important, basically, this is the about the one porphyrin. This is the only the one porphyrin system, that is meta-benzyporphyrin. Another system which basically is more important in terms of basically which stabilize the metal ion in high oxidation state, that is basically the corol. Corol is stabilized basically. I told that this is the contracted porphyrin which has the one less mesocarbon, and this was first synthesized in the 1965 by Johnson and Kay, and after that no one started working in this area. Because why? Because the synthesis of this particular molecule is very tedious and the yield is very low. So from 1965 to 1999, this molecule you cannot, we don't find any. If from 1965 to 1999, in 34 years, you will find only 100 or 200 publication in this area in 30 years. But after 1999, this molecule was synthesized by this one by Professor James Gross from Israeli Institute of Technology. In 1999, he published one paper in the large scale synthesis of corol. And after 1999 to 2021, you can see a tremendous increase in the number of publications, and more applications are being carried out by using this molecule, because this molecule can stabilize high oxidation state in metal, because this is trianionic. The porphyrin is basically dianionic. Porphyrin is dynamic or molecular dynamic, but this corol is trianionic. And because of this trianionic property, this corol, it can stabilize high oxidation state of the metal ion, and that can be used for the catalysis purpose and other applications also. These are some of the important properties that they can stabilize the manganese in all three states, cobalt in 4, 5, iron in 4 also. It can basically interact with the tight conjugate with the proteins molecule because of this particular thing. So size become, because why protein molecule? Because size becomes lesser, one mesocarbon is less. So if you look into the water soluble corol, we have the pyridinic moiety, we can have the sulfonylated also, and we then can be used with the this one also with the protein. It can form the tight conjugate with the proteins. There are some of the important application of this particular molecule in non-optical, because this non-molecule, it can be used in solar cell by introducing the other group here. It can for the catalysis, it can for the optical imaging, because the gallium complex, gallium, aluminum are highly fluorescent. They are very highly fluorescent. The fluorescence quantum is around 0.67. It is the one of the highest quantum for this corol molecule. This can be used the photodynamic therapy also, and this kind of sensing of the different kind of the gas molecule, ions, cation, anions also, this can be used here. So we have basically, we just we also inducted in this area that we try to synthesize the A to B corol, because A to B corol, and we have developed a new protocol for synthesis of this A to B manganese corol that can be directly synthesized in the one port synthetic. and it's a green protocol because it basically it avoids the separation of the free base from the by using the silica gel, and we can directly get the manganese complex, that one. And this is the was the first report that directly initiate the circulation of biolane. So after synthesizing this A to B corol, more basically if you look into this corals and metabolism, our basically approach should be that what kind of application we can carry out from these kind of molecules, because synthetic and the characterization property, the coordination involved, but the application part is more important while going into the while before synthesis we should look into the that what kind of application we can. So we choose this molecule for the fluorescent signaling system for sensing fluoride. You can see that the fluorescence quenching takes place as you increase the amount of the fluoride atom. The fluorescence quenching takes place, and by using the color also, this is the green color here, and this is the, you can see the color change from the if you add the fluoride ion, and 0 to micro. So you can see that this fluorescence quenching takes place by adding the fluorescence. So we have done the titration from the fluoride ion system with this particular molecule, and we have seen that fluorescence quenching takes place by adding the fluoride ion into the system. Then we also try to use the whether we can use this molecule for the electrocatalysis. So not electro, oxo transfer. So we have synthesized this manganese complex, and by using ozone laser, we have oxidized this particular manganese complex into the 5. Why? But porphyrin cannot go 5. Porphyrin is not stable in the 5 state, but this molecule can go into the 5 state, and this is because manganese 3. If you just ozonize by using the ozone laser, pass the ozone into the same. This is the green color compound and becomes the red color compound. This is the indication that manganese basically becomes in the 5 state, and it is red color. And why we use ozone? Because it's a clean oxidation. Ozone is the clean oxidation because this manganese 5 is diamagnetic in nature. Manganese 3 is paramagnetic. We cannot do the NMR, but manganese 5 is diamagnetic. We can do the NMR, and we can characterize by NMR system that whether, and so that's why we use the ozone. This is the clean oxidation. The rest amount of the ozone or the whatever oxygen in there can be flushed out by using the argon. So that's why we use the argon for the oxygen system. We didn't use the other oxidant which people are using, and we have synthesized for electron withdrawing electron to see the oxo transfer basically then, and then we have used this one. You can see that I'm not showing here. We have done the kinetic study of this one, and we have seen that this is how the oxygen transfer takes place, and this paper is now published in Inorganic Chemistry Communication also. Now, after looking into that we just synthesize the phosphorus core. That because phosphorus coral basically is very it is very intense color phosphorus. Why phosphorus we have choose? Because we choose manganese for the oxo transfer reaction for catalysis property. We use basically free base for the signaling system. We use the phosphorus core because it shows the very high intense property, which can be both NMR. It can, and one of the important property that it can, the NMR of this particular phosphorus molecule can be taken. The phosphorus NMR and the proton NMR, it can be characterized fully by the NMR system. That's why it is very important, and it's available by used for property. You can just change this OH. These are very labile. You can change with the fluoride. You can just add the HF. These OH will replace with the F. You can add highly. You can try. Silane you can add, and it will replace the silane. So you can tune the property by using the axial ligation also here. So we have synthetic protocol here, and it's not necessary to show here. Then we have synthesized this phosphorus, and then you can see that after looking into this particular molecule, then we have seen that it shows two types of signal of the phosphorus NMR. One is at around -200, one is around -100. Then we thought that why the two say? Then we thought that there may be there is a equilibrium between the pentacoordinate with the hexacoordinate. The pentacoordinate the amount is very less, and hexacoordinate amount is less. So we thought, then we have what we have done. We just change the axial ligation with the which is not labile. If you just introduce the flow F, HF, or silane, this pentacoordinate peak will disappear, and only the hexacoordinate system will be appearing here only system. And You can see that this is the one of the molecule is a and it is a hexa-coordinate system. You can see with the methanol. If you add the, you can also simply add methanol. By simply adding the methanol, you can see the only one hexa-coordinate peak appears here because of the this is hexa-coordinate system. Axial ligation place here. Now come to the what kind of the application of phosphorus coil can be achieved here. The phosphorus application coil is very important. It also inhibits the algal growth, but we have to go for the water soluble coral. We cannot use the this non-ecosystem soluble system. It can be used for the bioimaging application, and we are also involving in this bioimaging, and we are also doing the quantum dot chemo sensor for biological sensor. This is the basically the people are working more in this area that how the quantum dot can be used for another system also by using the coral system. This can be used for the another kind of system. These are this fret system also we can use this by use formation of micelle formation, that the fret can be used here. Micelle formation also self assembly can takes place. Now another system, this cobalt coral that we have. Cobalt coral basically is very important. So it can be also characterized by the NMR because cobalt 3 is the basically diamagnetic system, and its axial ligation is pyridine, and this axial ligation also plays important. If the penta is there, it's different color. Hexa is there, is different color, and this can be used for the different kind of application. We are currently involving in the catalysis for water splitting reaction. The cobalt coral plays an important role for the. It can be used for the water splitting reaction. It can use for the hydrogen evolution reaction. So it's a new generation catalyst which can be used for energy application, which I am currently working now in this area. And so this is basically the we are currently working in this area. So I think we have up to now we have discussed that the porphyrin system, which is basically start from the porphyrin. A lot of research has been carried out in the porphyrin system. If you look into the meta-benzyl dimethyl, the research area is very not very vast. It's very narrow research area. People have lesser explored this area of research, and we have used this molecule for sensing and all kind of the zinc, cadmium, mercury sensing, and we have we have reported this sensing property in environment and technology and other journals also. With few reports are there, and we have also in the coral chemistry we also that this is the current research area which people are working, the hydrogen evolution area, because the energy basically is the one of the major demand in the current scenario, because we need the catalyst which can basically reduce proton. We can reduce the proton to the, if you take the acidic proton, it can generate the hydrogen, then the catalyst would be very efficient. But we have to look into the other factor also, cost also, and this ease of synthesis also, and more importantly in the basically application in the real world, that we can use these catalysts directly. We can take the water molecule, just have the catalyst, and water splitting can take place. We will have the hydrogen and oxygen evolution. Hydrogen can go into the fuel cell, which can complete it which can complete the complete cell and generate the energy. That is the basically the science. Nowadays the research scenario is in this particular area. People are trying to synthesize more robust catalysts, and which should, and the catalyst just not for the reduction of the thing, but the catalyst should be more stable. It should not basically disintegrate. It should not decompose in the experimental condition. It should be stable for longer time. Actually, that is the main motto by our research nowadays. And in the last, I will basically I would like to uh, research lab. Our research lab basically I joined our Delhi Technological University in 2010, and we established a lab, that is our research lab, and we student basically we have a large number of BTech student, MTech student, and PhD programs. From then I'm also guiding the BTech MTech project, because my department is applied chemistry. So that's why we are looking into the more application part, that we synthesize the molecule and go into the application, so that we can use the polemic material for sensing the for application part. And the PhD programs, and I have so far the 3 students have completed their PhD, and the Harke Sharma, he is in MNC, and Dr. Tom Prakash, he in Delhi University right now in ARSD College. Dr. Usha Raju he basically started this meta benji time system. He started this manganese coral and fluorescence signaling system. Dr. Usaraju metal ognic prema, she is working in a government polytechnic in Delhi. So all are these are working, and these are the current basic research group. These are people which is the manganese coral working, and Shika is also met up, and this is the she is the lady who is more involved in the application part of this meta benzyprotimethane by embedding our system into the hydrogel and sensing the zinc cadmium magnesium. She has done good work. She is working on the phosphorus coral. She is also working on our system for drug delivery system, and this is also cobalt coral, and this is she the lady who has done all the DFT using DFT tools. She's more interested in all kind of this calculation, so she's having good. And the last thank you, and this is the open air theater for our institute. Please just a minute. Excuse me, just this is thank you for listening my lecture, and this is the our university open air theater. This is computer center, and this is the other department also. My department is nearby here because I have taken it from the roof. So here all the engineering department and open air theater, computer center, library is somewhere around here. And thank you very much for